philanthropy is more needed than ever, we also have this shrinking of civic space, including a shrinkage in the ability of private philanthropy to conduct its programs and to work independently and freely. So something like 92 countries in the last few years have passed legislation, laws, tightened up their regulatory environment to make cross-border giving more difficult, to make local philanthropy more difficult because of restraints on the giving of money, on the permissions that are needed to establish a foundation or to, what you might say, fence off an endowment so that it's not subject to confiscation by governments or whatever. So all of these rather pessimistic things are happening at the same time, and yet I would argue that our sector, has a much more crucial role to play than ever. In the Arab world, when I want to speak to you about what's happening, what are the trends in philanthropy, where are things headed, I have to speak to you anecdotally because we don't have data. We do not have statistics. The governments do because they collect it, either through taxation or because of the ministries that regulate their work, but they don't share it. So one of the real issues for us as a sector in the Arab world, not so much elsewhere, Europe does a good job of reporting and collecting statistics, and I think the Dutch have been publishing national statistics longer than any other European country, if I'm not mistaken, which are always held up as kind of a model. But we're really lacking in hard data. So what I'm going to mention to you are indicative trends that we have noted as various institutions that have tried to track what's happening. Heba mentioned that the Gerhardt Center, which I founded at American University in Cairo, did the first published book on private philanthropy in the Arab world. We took 7 countries, did as much of a survey as we could, and published in 2007, both in Arabic and in English, country chapters, and then a kind of synthesis of where we thought things were headed.